sports? Do you like beer? Do you love sports and beer? Then you're exactly where you need to be. This is the Huebs, Views, and Brews show on 1252 Sports Chicago. Cheers.
Welcome on in, Huebs, Views, and Brews for a Monday night, one of the saddest days of the entire calendar year. We will talk about that in just a minute. Fred Huebner with you. Fat Mike's going to join me in just a couple of moments. Fat Mike from his sick bed. He'll join me. He's putting all the things together, as he always does, for 1252 Sports. And as always, brought to you by the Whistle Sports Bar and Grill. They had an awesome party for the Super Bowl yesterday. The Whistle Sports Bar and Grill 159 over on 159th in Tinley Park. The guys are great. Get the breakfast sliders. You will not go wrong. You will not be disappointed. The breakfast sliders, absolutely unbelievable. All the food there is great. Check it out, the Whistle Sports Bar and Grill. A lot of stuff coming up. You got the college basketball. How about Northwestern beating Purdue? And also you got the NCAA tournament, conference tournaments getting underway in just a couple of weeks. Some great stuff coming up in sports. And we got some stuff coming up when we get closer to the NCAA tournament. Keep a close eye on us. Follow us at 1252 Sports. We'll let you know exactly what is going on. It is the saddest day, or one of the saddest days of all of the calendar year. And the reason I say that, it is the day after the last football game of the season. Super Bowl 57 played yesterday in Arizona. The Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes knocking off the Philadelphia Eagles and Jalen Hurts. A good game, just enough controversies for people to be bitching about all day long today. Sports radio today had to be easy, a piece of cake, both on ESPN 1000 and on the Score 670. Had to be easy. People were complaining about the hold. Why did they call that hold? Why didn't they call the hold on Juju Smith-Schuster earlier? What's this? All kinds of stuff. There was a you had those kind of things. The turf, the field was brutal. George Toma, they call him the sod father. Well, he's not the sod father. We know who the sod father is. Roger Bossard, the only true sod father in the Midwest, and that's the guy. He could have been there. He should have been there and fixed that turf. There's Fat Mike joining us here on Huebs, Views, and Brews. I know you're ill. I know you're under the weather. Just looking at you, people can tell you're under the weather. So,
oh man, again, I don't know. I have the worst immune system on the face of the planet.
Yeah.
So I've just been sick all the time. But yeah, thanks for having me back. This is awesome.
Yeah, it looks like you have a perpetual sad face on right now.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. Today I do. Today I do.
Like those bulldogs with it's like, ooh, always look sad.
The jowls, yeah.
Yes.
The big nasty jowls,
exactly.
Yeah. That's how I feel.
Yeah. I wanted to, yeah. It is Huebs, Views, and Brews, and I've been saving this. I was going to open this bottle the day that you were over for the championship game because I thought the Niners would beat Philadelphia. Then Brock Purdy got hurt, and it sat there and cooled off. This beer is what I'm opening. Okay. It is.
It's a monster.
It's a beer called Champagne Shores. It's a sparkling lager collaboration with Goldfinger and Hop Butcher. Now, for those watching, I had to take a knife and cut off all of the wax. You know how a lot of the bourbons and stuff like that, they have a wax seal.
Yeah.
That's what this one had. So this is 5.7 alcohol by volume. It's not a real strong beer. It's a lager that they collaborated on, but they collaborated on it last year. And for New Year's Eve last year. See, now I should have taken the whole thing off. So now I'm going to open it after it's been a little while. We'll see how it tastes, or at least I'll see how it tastes. You can live vicariously through me, as I've been doing through you over the last several months. Before you got sick, when you were drinking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this pours just like a Fat Mike.
There you go.
And when I pull it back, you'll see it. I got to make sure I don't drop it. I looked at it. I said, I don't think I should open this today because it is kind of large.
That's a big beer. How many ounces are in that?
It says 51 fluid ounces.
Okay.
So you figure if a pint is 16, 17, so it's what,
3 beers.
4 pints? Yeah, yeah.
Oh, 3
So,
beers.
but look, you see, people can see the
Yeah.
bubbles. It looks
Yeah.
looks like a Fat Mike. And
Yeah.
Goldfinger's an awesome brewery. I saw Jude from Hot Butcher over the weekend with his family. He said, I got to come down to their new location in the city. I said, yes, but I need someone to drive me home because your beers are too good. Let me take a sip of this one. Oh, yeah, it's good. Still good. It tastes like it's better than your it's better than any beer advertised yesterday. Let's put it that way. It's better than a Mick Ultra. It's better than a Bud Light. The Bud Light commercial was great only because a young couple dancing every time they were put on hold with the music. That was funny. But
Right.
they have to make Bud Light commercials funny because otherwise no one would ever drink it. This is good, and it's still, the bubbles are still flying. So this is a very good, very tasty. It would have been much better if I had saved this for the 49ers Super Bowl victory, but I can't keep it for a whole nother year. So I'm not going to wait another year for that. But I was on yesterday morning with Harry and Peter Blake on the overs unders, and 3 of us were there. 3 of us gave our picks. 2 of them had Philadelphia. One had the Philadelphia in the over. One had Philadelphia in the under. It was 51, and one of us had Kansas City and the over, and that was me. Kansas City was getting points. Yes, Kansas City was getting points, and the over was 51, so the final score 38-35. There was no problem hitting that. But yeah, it was nice. It was a nice way to end the game, and I won a square. So that's
there
nice.
you go.
I won a square. Hinsdale Central did a thing where all the money it's $10 for each square, 100 squares, and half the money goes to a charity. The other half gets paid off. So I'm getting money put into my my Zelle account after winning the final score. I had 8 and 5, so that's nice. And I think you won a square. You said, right?
I did. I ended up winning the first quarter yesterday, 7-7 at one at work. So a quick little $150, which was nice. I appreciate that. That was pretty nice,
Yeah, yeah. And
it's going to pay for antibiotics this week.
as a game, it was a great game because, you look at it and Jalen Hurts in Philadelphia offensively in the first quarter and a half were able to do whatever they wanted to do up and down the field. And it looked like Kansas City was not going to be able to stop them. I was surprised they had so much success, even though they did have a tremendous offense. Number 1, number 2, I think, in the NFL this year. But Kansas City were struggling where Philadelphia just marched up and down the field. And that surprised me a little bit right off the bat.
Yeah, that Philadelphia team is a very, very good team. And they know how to put up points and put up points fast. They score quick. And early on, the defense for Philadelphia was all over the Chiefs. I mean, I don't think the only sack yesterday was Jalen Hurts running out a yard behind the line, right? I think that was the only sack.
I think there was
one other quarterback got sacked.
I think there was one other one late in the game. But that's
it.
I
mean, both defenses were putting pressure on the opposing quarterback, but that Eagles secondary is tough. But again, I mean, like I said, I don't. We've been talking to everybody's been talking about it. How is Travis Kelce always open? And he's always open. He's always. I don't get it. How do you lose a body that size in the secondary? I don't understand how you do it.
Yeah, he did it again
Great
yesterday.
game.
I thought on Fox he did a pretty good job of showing some of the things that Kelce does, how he gets split out and he gets open, and they switched it. Him and one of the receivers switch a little bit, and he's able to get open. But anytime he gets open, it's like a homing pigeon. I mean, he knows. Mahomes knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball, and he found him yesterday again. Kelce had 6 catches on 6 targets for 81 yards. So every time he threw his way, he caught the ball, and that was awesome. He averaged 13.5 yards per catch and the touchdown, and that was cool. The one thing I think a lot of people were worried about was that Kansas City wouldn't have the receivers to go and make the big step. That's how people thought when the season started. And Tyreek Hill was no longer there. They said, how's Kansas City going to repeat? Well, you know what? They had Smith-Schuster, who on a stretch there, Smith-Schuster had 4 or 5 catches on one of the scoring drives. He ended up with 7 catches for 53 yards. But then Kadarius Toney with an easy touchdown catch, and the punt return, which was probably the play of the game that not many people talk about on the day after. But that punt return was massive by.
Oh my God, yeah. I mean, it took Kansas City right into the play to put up points. They brought him immediately in the field goal range to put up points, which was awesome. It was just any which way that you looked at that game yesterday, it was back and forth, which was excellent. At one time, I think at halftime, the Eagles were up by 10?
10
at halftime?
24-14, right.
All right, so it was 24-14 at halftime, and it was like, oh, man. And then, boom, Casey gets the ball back at the half and immediately puts up points. And it was fantastic. It was awesome. Just a great game. It was honestly one of the better Super Bowls that I've watched in the last decade.
Well, that's why people blow my mind when they have a debate when, Kansas City wins the coin toss. I mean, everything was so dragged out yesterday at the start of the game. I was hanging curtains with Linda here in our house. We were hanging curtains, and we started at like 2, and a screw wouldn't go in here and a screw wouldn't go in there. And here I am bitching and moaning about stuff. I said, we better turn the game on. It was 5:00. We saw the players coming out. Figure, okay, they'll start at 5:30. Well, they'll start at 5:35. They'll start at 5:40. But then they do the coin toss. Kansas City wins, and Kansas City defers. And I'm so shocked at people who don't understand that. Deferring is the only way to go. Why do you want the ball right off the bat? Anything you can do, you don't know what's going to happen, in the first half. But if you know you're getting the ball to start the second half, that's huge. And the Chiefs yesterday, they scored 24 points in the second half. They scored on every drive that they had in the second half. Every one of them.
And that's just go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that's Andy Reid. They made adjustments. They made adjustments at halftime, and what they did was absolutely amazing.
Yeah, I was going to say you kind of beat me to the punch. It just goes to show how good of a coach Andy Reid is. If you give him a half to figure out your defense, he's going to find a way to put up points on it, no matter what defense you have. And that's exactly what he did. I mean, it was like you said, it was Travis Kelce, Kadarius Toney. What? Where the hell did he come from?
Right.
Just kind of. I mean, and his catch was huge.
Yeah,
and then
catch was huge.
But I mean, it was a little scary, seeing Mahomes kind of limping off the field in the first half. There, I was like, oh no.
Yeah.
Because you want to see a good game. You don't want to see a blowout like Seattle and Denver was years ago. You don't want to see that. It's the last game of the year. I want to see a hard fought game.
And you didn't want to see a game like Philadelphia, San Francisco when Brock Purdy went down. And
and that sucks.
Chad Henne, he retired yesterday when the game was over. Pretty nice. He's got a couple of Super Bowls, and he's got $40 million he's made over the years.
Can't beat that.
You don't take all the severe hits. You're on the sideline flipping the ball here and there, and you get $40 million for all your stuff. He did it well. So Chad Henne retires, but it was nice to see. And you're right, neither defense got after the quarterback. And I know that I was watching Pardon the Interruption today, and they said the only thing Kansas or Philadelphia had to do was get after the quarterback. That's what we talked about. I talked about it yesterday with Harry on the overs and unders. That's when everybody was picking Philadelphia because of that defense, because of getting to the quarterback with just 4 guys, rushing with 4 guys, not blitzing. They had such a huge sack number this year, and they weren't able to get there. They couldn't get there. And that's also scheme, trying to get this on the offensive line. And I thought they did a great job of that. And they protected Mahomes until, and then that run he made late in the game. He's like tiptoeing through players to get down to the 4-yard line. And that was absolutely amazing. A well-deserved MVP. Well-deserved MVP of the game. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
For the game, 21 for 27. Yeah. Just 182 and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, the kid's resume at this point is absolutely unreal. He's 27 years old. He has two MVPs, 2 Super Bowl MVPs, 2 Super Bowls. Been to the AFC Championship game all 5 years he's been in the league. The kid's unbelievable. He's got the world by the short and curlies right now. It's ridiculous. Go ahead.
It's nice to see. He's so respectful of the game, and then you bring Travis Kelce in, who you never know. I mean, you never know what Travis Kelce is going to say. And Travis Kelce is the guy that always wants to stick it to the other guys after he beats them. Everybody except his brother yesterday, Jason Kelce,
Right.
the center for Philadelphia. But I thought it was a wonderful game. Devontae Smith had 7 catches for 100. A.J. Brown, 6 for 96. We talk so much about Philadelphia and the running game. They only attempted 32 rushes overall, and that's 15 of them from Hurts. So they really didn't run the ball as much as you thought they would. Sanders just with 7, Gainwell with just 7 carries. And they dominated the time of possession. I forgot to print that up, but time of possession was just completely in their favor. There was a time where Kansas City hadn't taken a snap in like an hour and 9 minutes. Because Kansas City recovered the fumble from Jalen Hurts, his first turnover in the playoffs, recovered the fumble going for the touchdown, and then Philly gets the ball back. So Mahomes wasn't out there for a while, but that Chiefs team, they just did not stop in the second half. And I thought it was a great game. The holding call is a call, and I know Dan McNeil posted this on his Twitter earlier today. The holding call is a call that has to be called early in the game and late in the game. You can't let a play like that go. It doesn't matter that it's a Super Bowl, and I agree with him on that. And even the guy that held him, Bradbury, said, listen, I grabbed his jersey. I was hoping they'd let it go, and they didn't. And the funny thing was, Mahomes knew it, and he threw the ball a little bit wide and immediately started pointing, and he got the call. And that was a huge factor in the game.
And the best quarterbacks know how to do that. I mean, as much as I hate his guts, Aaron Rodgers made a career off that, like legit. There's a reason, like he's literally made a career off finding the mistake. You're going to hold my guy. You're going to grab. I saw that finger at the face mask. I saw that hands to the face. I saw that. And you throw the ball right in that guy's general area, and it's a 15-yard penalty, automatic 10-yard penalty or spot penalty. You know, the one thing that drove me nuts yesterday, Fred, and it still baffles me that the referees in today's NFL still have no idea what a catch is.
I know.
Like, I mean, what are we doing here? It's 2023. We still have no idea what possession of the ball means.
If he didn't make that initial bobble, that it would have been no question, okay?
But
that
it's
initial bobble,
even after the initial bobble, he still has 2 feet in full control of the ball. Like that, it amazes me that they still have no idea what is a catch anymore.
Yeah.
This is something that's been ongoing now for years.
Well, think about it.
I mean, you're talking Calvin Johnson Bears.
Yes.
You know, like that's 10 years ago.
At least.
You know what I mean? Like, what are we doing here? These refs and the NFL, the big wigs need to figure out what a catch is, because luckily, thankfully, we haven't been super burned in a Super Bowl game yet. Could you imagine the controversy if that was a touchdown play and it was called back and the Eagles lose the game because of that?
Yeah, I know.
I mean, like Philly would be on fire still.
Yeah, and the fans are acting like you expect Philadelphia fans to act. They lose the World Series, they lose the Super Bowl, and for those who don't know, they lose the MLS Cup, the championship game in Major League Soccer. They lost also. So forget city of winners. It's Philadelphia. We can say city of losers. That's fine with me. I have no problem with that. Sorry for John Jacoby, one of my big beer fans. He's a Philadelphia guy or a Jersey guy, but a big Philadelphia Eagles fan. But yeah, that pass to Sanders, that little swing pass to Sanders where he caught the ball, took 2 steps, and then dropped
and got smoked.
He needed to take that one other step. I'm sitting there watching the game with Linda in my living room, and she goes, "That looked like a catch." I go, "No, he needed to take one more step." She goes, "How many steps does he need to take?" And I agree. Right. But and Bolton picked that one up too and went in for the touchdown.
Right, and that's exactly what I'm going to say. So why is that? Yeah. Why is it not a catch? Why is it not a catch if? Okay, so say it like this: corner of the end zone, you don't take a step, but you catch the ball and fall out of bounds, but both feet are in. That's a touchdown. Or even if you're along the sidelines, you catch the ball, you fall out of bounds. It's a catch. But if you catch the ball stationary and get smoked and lose the football, like what happened yesterday, why is that not a fumble? Yeah. Why is that not a catch? Like it's still it blows my mind. They still have no idea what a catch is in today's NFL. It's ridiculous. And that was a big takeaway that I had yesterday. I didn't make a big deal of it watching the game, but in the back of my head, I was like, they still don't know what they're doing. I mean, they could just be the replacement refs out there at this point.
Yeah, no, I understand. There's two other things I want to ask you about the game. One about the announcer, one about Greg Olson, and one about something that happened at the very end of the game. So you know what? We'll talk about some of the commercials. Let's hear from some of our sponsors, our great sponsors. Last week I was at Nick and Ivy for their chili cook-off. I'm still recovering from the chili cook-off. I had chili. Linda made chili yesterday. I ate way too much of it watching the game. This time I paid for it. So the beers are going down well, but there's still more. Maybe some chili mac after I get off the air here. But let's hear from some of the sponsors. When we come back, we got a couple more things to get to, and some of the commercials. Some that I thought were funny. And the halftime show, I was still hanging curtain rods. I knew I had 29 minutes. So I can go hang more curtains. So we'll talk about all that. We come back. Fat Mike joining me, Fred Huebner, Huebs, Views, and Brews on 1252. Right back.
Hello, this is Paul from Nick and Ivy Brewing Company. We are located at 1026 South State Street in historic downtown Lockport, Illinois. We are very excited to be partnering up with the FatMike Chicago Sports Show, as well as the 1252 brand, because we are one of the few Chicagoland breweries that embrace sports and sports culture. Come in for a fresh brewed beer made right here in Lockport while catching the game of your favorite team. Stay for the live music that we have booked every weekend, or just come for a cozy atmosphere to enjoy a good conversation with a friend, loved one, or complete stranger. Nick and Ivy makes you feel right at home no matter what the occasion is. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook by searching for Nick and Ivy Brewing Company. Visit our website for our up-to-date tap list, or to go shopping on our online store at nickivybrewing.com. That's NIKIVY brewing.com. Come in today for a fresh brewed beer born and raised in Lockport, Illinois.
Fozzy football, are you ready, brother? Real football action on a glossy game surface played shuffle style. Slide a shuffle puck at pass or run targets, and a free mobile app keeps track of every game detail. Easy to learn, but this game of skill is difficult to master. Take care of the ball, or turnovers will kill your drive. The game is guaranteed to get your competitive fire burning, and it's perfectly sized to take anywhere. The park, a barbecue, your next tailgate, or fun at home on game nights. Fozzy football is simply the best, most realistic and competitive game of football available anywhere. Add defense when your skill improves and take the game to the next level. The perfect mix of fast action and real football drama, where a last-second Hail Mary can break hearts or make champions.
Stagecoach in Lockport has a unique menu from fresh salads and burgers to venison and steak sandwiches. We feature plenty of appetizers and desserts for a perfect way to start or end your meal. Come into our country western bar and dining room, or relax outside on our patio sitting in the heart of downtown Lockport on State Street. We can accommodate both small gatherings and large parties. Offering 16 different beers on tap, frozen margaritas, an extensive bourbon and whiskey menu, and our famous Bloody Marys, you cannot go wrong at Stagecoach. And if you're feeling lucky, come try DJ Bingo on Tuesdays or our Big Pay slot machines all week. Stagecoach is located at 1028 South State Street in Lockport, Illinois. Everyone is a friend at Stagecoach. Hope to see y'all soon.
Welcome back in. 2 years ago, I wouldn't have told you to come on down to Lockport because I didn't know enough about Lockport. But you just saw for Nick and Ivy and also for Stagecoach right next door to Nick and Ivy. Some great times. They're going to have the car show again this year, and just awesome times. And Stagecoach is great. We had a nice show that we did there during the Bears season when me and Mike, as the ill man, started shaking his head. And then we also...
I'm trying to... It's like I'm half the time I got like a little yawn going, and then half the time I'm looking like this because I'm trying not to completely go sneeze and hot chew right into my phone and mess up everything.
We got you. We got you for a few more minutes. Look at this. This is what happens when you pour a bad beer. This head has been settling for the last 5 minutes. That was pouring a bad beer out of the big one. The Champagne Shores from Goldfinger and Fat Hop Butcher. But two things I wanted to ask you about the game before I get to some of the commercials. And one of them is Linda and I were sitting on the couch, and she asked me what my opinion was of the end of the game when McKinnon rolled around the left side and went down at the 1 yard line. Now, I understand the thinking, but, I kind of like scoring the touchdown because then all you got to do is prevent the other team from scoring a touchdown. You're tied at 35. You score the touchdown. You kick the extra point. You go up. You're up 42-35. And there's under a minute to go. Right. I'm pretty sure Kansas City's defense could have stopped them. What were your thoughts on that? Did you think it was a smart move? Everybody seems to think it was.
Yeah, I thought it was 100% the smart move. It's a chip shot. It was a chip shot from Harrison Butker. Why waste it? Why put your...
But who had already missed one?
Right, but that wasn't from the 15. It was from the 35. This one was real close. So I mean, I could have kicked it up from that far away. You know what I mean?
Maybe Gronk could.
Yeah, maybe even Gronk. Yeah. But I mean, that was definitely a smart move, smart play by the Kansas City Chiefs there, because like I said, it's a chip shot. You're eating the clock. You're taking that risk of Philadelphia to put one in on you completely away from them. You're not giving them the ball back. It's definitely 100% the right move. It's like it's just like the same old adage. Like, why did Barry Bonds get all them intentional walks in 2003? Because he's going to hit a home run otherwise. I don't want to give up a 3-run homer to Barry Bonds. Much rather put him on base, go to the next guy. Yeah. And a lot of the times that worked out. It worked in the pitcher's favor. But I mean, definitely the smart move for sure.
See, I understand having guys not run out of bounds. I mean, that's the brilliant move. Don't run out of bounds. Make sure the clock keeps going, all that kind of stuff when the team's out of timeouts. But that one, it was iffy. Like I said, for me, I want the points. I want to give 7 and then show that I still have confidence in my defense that they can stop these guys. But they didn't do it. It worked for them. That's fine. Butker made the field goal. It was up and good. Not a big deal. Not a problem. Okay. I love Greg Olsen. I think Greg Olsen is great. Okay. Yesterday, I don't know what the hell Greg Olsen was doing. Greg Olsen usually loves talking about the tight ends. Okay. There was a time, I wrote it down here. It's the third quarter. Okay. And Dallas Goedert catches a pass. It's his 4th catch of the game. And Greg Olsen says, well, that's the first time we mentioned Goddard's name today. And I go, no, he's got 4 passes. You've mentioned him 4 times in the game today. Then he goes on to say, he calls him the most unheralded tight end in the league. Okay, so you've got Kelsey, you've got Kittle, and Goddard's like right there in the top 5. How do you
Mark Andrews? There's some big guys. I mean, there's some other tight ends I would take over Goddard, but yeah, there's guys out there. Yeah.
Yeah, not unheralded. I just thought that was the only weak spot that he had. He also, and Dan McNeil commented about this earlier today on Twitter. It was Greg Olsen who brought up the whole fact about, the hold didn't seem that bad. Maybe you let that go. And Mike Pereira said, well, you look, he tugged the jersey. It's a hold. You kind of have to call that. And they did. But I love Greg Olsen. I'm happy that we get to see him with the number 1 team with him and Kevin Burkhardt. That's great. Burkhardt is okay for me. He doesn't add anything. He just does his job. I don't want to say, ooh, Kevin Burkhardt's on. That's great. The only time I would say that is if Jason Benetti was the other guy, but Kevin Burkhardt, okay. Him and Joe Davis, those are 2 guys I'd rather not hear. Give me Adam Amin. Give me Adam Amin for more games. I love him. I love watching.
I still like Joe Buck though. I like Joe Buck doing it. I'm not a big fan of Aikman.
Yeah, I agree.
I'm not a big fan of Aikman, but Joe Buck is still fantastic at it.
People have been ripping, Tony Romo and everything else like that. And it's so funny because when Romo first started, everybody loved him. And now everybody's on the other way. It's like, it's so weird. It's being in the media is a weird thing. Chet Kopic, way back when, used to say, listen, I don't care if you love me or hate me as long as you talk about me. And I never took that exactly because I didn't like when people didn't like me. But then they didn't like me. I said, okay, that's okay. I'm not changing. And just kept on going and did okay. Oh, and by the way, ESPN announced today they have their 25th anniversary coming up March 24th. I want to say they're doing a big thing. They're getting tickets and everything for the House of Blues, and they're going to reunite the Afternoon Saloon. They're going to reunite McNeil, Mac, Yurko, and Harry for I don't know for how long in that show on that day. And they've invited me to come on down, telling me I was a big part of the station and wanted me to come down. Danny Zetterman texted me and made sure he asked me, which is so much nicer than when the Score had their 30th anniversary and Mitch never contacted me. He had like a lowly, a lowly producer contact me and say, if you'd like to come, send us an email. We'll make sure we get the invitation back to you. No, that's okay. Danny Zetterman contacted me directly and asked me to come on down, so I can't wait. That's going to be March 24th, a Friday at the House of Blues. So if you're a big fan of ESPN 1000, you want to come on down, see their 25th anniversary, come on down. It's good. Check it out. I'm sure they posted it. If you follow any of those guys, it's over on Twitter, and that's cool. Some of the commercials, I usually love watching the commercials. And when I worked mornings with Mike North and with Mike Murphy, I'd have to sit there with a yellow pad and write every commercial and write them all down. I did this on a pink yesterday. See, nice and pink. So I got some of my commercials. You can see them if you're watching this. Okay. Yeah. I thought the Ben Affleck at Dunkin' Donuts was awesome.
Yes, that was my favorite one. That was my favorite one.
That was hilarious. I thought it was great. And people have given Ben Affleck shit for years. Maybe ever since Daredevil.
He's been through the ringer. He's been through the ringer, Ben Affleck.
Yeah, he really has. And how do you leave Jennifer Garner? Linda knows that anytime Jennifer Garner commercial comes on, I say, shh. I want to hear what she has to say. She has nothing to say. But anyway, Fast and Furious was there. Indiana Jones was cool. I mean, another.
Yes,
Indiana
I'm
Jones
stoked
movie.
About that.
Yeah,
I'm stoked about that.
Harrison Ford between Indiana Jones and now his role on 1923. I mean, the 80-year-old continues to just roll in the cash and make money. And but it's cool. He's great, and I can't wait to see that. I thought the DraftKings with Kevin Hart and all the other people when they were eating the cheese, I guess it was in the shape of Kevin Hart and all the other people. That was a cool commercial.
That was good, yeah.
What do you think about the Mick Ultra when they like redid the Caddyshack thing? And they
had
the
like
whole
it.
thing. And
I didn't like it.
No, Tony Romo played the Bill Murray part.
Yeah, that was okay, you can't replace anybody with Tony Romo. You can't, and especially not Bill Murray.
Yeah,
you can't replace Bill Murray with Tony Romo. Get out of here.
Let's see here. There was a TurboTax commercial with the song "We Can Dance." I could do without that. I don't understand what M&M's is doing, getting rid of the little peanut guys for Maya Rudolph instead. I know she's a name. I'm sure they're paying her more than they paid the M&M characters. I can pretty much guarantee that.
Oh, I'm sure.
But they're talking about, candy coated crab bites or something like that. And it's like
it was like candy coated ranch bites or something like that. Just down the ranch.
Yeah. I don't know. How's that going to work? The Hellman's mayonnaise with Brie Larson and John Hamm, and then Pete Davidson opened up the fridge and says, I'm going to eat
that. Was good.
That was great.
That was good.
I thought that was awesome because John Hamm has been great because he just loves making fun of himself, I think. And I know he's a Cardinals fan. I know you Cub fans don't like him, but I thought he was awesome. There was a Pringles, Heineken. Let me see. Oh, Popcorners. Did you watch Breaking Bad?
Yes, that was a good commercial. Yes, that was good.
Where
that was good.
Aaron Paul says, we've got them in 7 flavors. And the guy says, I want them all. I thought it was awesome. It was so cool. And
you'll make 8.
You can only imagine when a place like, Popcorners, I'm not sure who makes them, but to pay those guys for that commercial.
Oh, man.
I thought that was amazing. That was great.
They're making some good money, I bet, for sure.
Yeah. Like I said, the Bud Light commercial with the couple dancing every time the commercial, it
was good.
the whole
it was a good
music
commercial.
was on. We could
I am going to say, huh?
We can all relate. We've all been on
Right.
hold with music playing, and we'd probably love to sit there and dance with our special person during the whole thing.
Yeah. I am kind of salty that they didn't do one with the horses. I didn't see a Clydesdale commercial this year. Did they play one? Because I didn't see it.
No, I didn't see it either.
Yeah.
One thing I do is bring back
that
the
has
frogs.
to be a staple. That has to be a staple.
Bring back the frogs. If you're Bud Light, just bring back the frogs. I mean, that would work. I thought it was okay. When I first started seeing my girlfriend Linda, now our granddaughter, okay, Ellie, you could not take a picture of her without her binky in her mouth. And when I was a kid growing up, we didn't have one in the house. We didn't, like each of the kids, we didn't have one. My dad said, none of that, no pacifiers. That's not going to work. Probably the wrong thing to do nowadays. But anyway, everybody's different. But with the new grandson, Martin, he's 1.5, never a pacifier, never had one. And it's awesome. The whole commercial about the guy forgetting the binky, I thought it was horrible. I remember it, but probably nobody remembers what it was for.
Right.
It was for a car.
It
was a car. It was for Kia. And, I'm not a fan of binkies anyway. Yeah.
Yeah, I could. Yeah. Some commercials just don't relate to the point that they're trying to do.
I know. Probably a lot of people love that one. The Dave Grohl for Crown Royal, I didn't quite understand it, but I thought it was cool. Because
Dave Grohl's awesome. I love Dave Grohl.
The Mr. Peanut roast.
That was good. I thought that one was good.
Though I think one of the things that they did in the commercials where you can see the entire roast on YouTube, or you can see the entire commercial or the entire thing on YouTube, and that's what we do nowadays with social media. The Workday commercial where the bosses called people rock stars. Like if you walked into work, well, whenever you get healthy enough to walk into work, and your boss looks at you and calls you a rock star, that was great. You got Joan Jett, Billy Idol. You've got Ozzy Osbourne, and
he's like, what are these? My name's Oswald.
I thought that was great. And the funny part was there's probably you're 30, you're 35, right?
Right.
Okay, you're a guy that loves music, so you probably knew who all those people were.
Oh yeah.
Most people 35 and younger had no clue that was Joan Jett. They had no clue that was Billy Idol. They knew Ozzy.
Paul Stanley.
People know Ozzy. But yeah, they
the other guy was Paul Stanley.
Yes, Paul Stanley was awesome. And it was funny when he walks in and the guy goes, I didn't say it. But anyway, I thought that was a good commercial. But Workday, I mean, it's like for them to spend that much money. And WeatherTech, right out here in Bolingbrook, they do it every Super Bowl. They spend money. And they're a smaller company, but they have a big warehouse. And if you have a new car, a lot of, like I did when I had my new car, I had a back area. I said, boom, I'm going to WeatherTech and buying something for that back side so it protects it. And WeatherTech does one every year. And it's a lot of money for a small company to spend, but it's pretty cool to see. And it was nice to see that commercial. Yeah. How about the Sarah McLachlan commercial where she's talking about
that was funny. That was funny. That was good.
And all of a sudden he goes, oh, by the way, Sarah, that's a wolf.
Yeah.
That was great because we've talked. My buddy Larry Griffin has told me many times about this. He says, listen, he says, you can be watching watching TV with your wife, and this lady, Sarah McLachlan, comes on and she talks for 2 minutes about pets. And it's like, you're all, the pets are malnourished and not taken care of and this kind of stuff. And like you're getting out. Who do I call? Where do I give money? He said, and then like an hour later, there's a commercial about poor people in wherever, and you see them with the big bellies and flies flying around, and you go, what else is on? It's so bizarre, but it happens people that think about it, they say, oh, that's so rude. No, it's true.
It's the song in the background. It's Sarah McLachlan. Yeah, that's what it is.
I think it is. It's a song that actually gets everybody it sucks them all in.
Right.
That's wild.
I'll be the first one to say I like animals way more than I like humans.
I think most people.
That's legit.
Listen,
that's legit. A dog can be biting me. And I would still kick a human being in front of a train. I'd be like, this dog's. I'm going to teach this dog not to bite, but this old lady can suck it right in front of a train.
For the first time ever, I went to a Blaine's Farm and Fleet today. Okay.
Yeah.
There's the Blaine's Farm and Fleet. It's on Weber Road in Romeoville. I think Romeoville right there. And there's a good, listen, that quarter of the store, probably 1/8 of the store is dedicated to animals, toys, food. They have horse bedding. They have all this stuff, but they have aisles and aisles of dog food and dog toys and dog stuff. And I'm saying, oh my God. And now, Charlotte and Penny. It's nice. Penny hasn't bothered me yet today. She usually comes and sits there and woos at me while I'm doing my show. But she hasn't wooed me. I took her out beforehand. So I said, no wooing. Leave me alone. Yeah. One other thing I wanted to make sure I mentioned before we do the beer segment, I let you go and blow your nose and cough and do all your other stuff, is that I've been trying to do these shows each and every Monday since April of last year. Okay. And today's the last time I'm going to do a show each and every Monday. I'm still going to do stuff with you. I'm still going to work with you on the NCAA tournament. Hoping to do some other shows at least once a month during baseball season. I may have to get Marquis to follow the Cubs because Hosmer and all these guys. I'm a big Trey Mancini fan. So we'll talk baseball, and I'll pop up on your show and things like that throughout. But I'm probably not going to be reaching every Monday. I got other stuff I got to do. I've been doing this for 40-some years. And obviously, I love you. I love doing this stuff with you. It's just, I got other stuff I want to do. So
you want to be retired?
Nothing. Yeah, I want to be retired. I want to sit back. And when Linda says, what are you going to do today? She asked me today, she goes, what else are you going to do today? I said, nothing. I'm not doing anything today. That's it. I'm just going to sit here and do nothing. So, I will not be back next week. And then I'm going on a cruise. I'm doing some other stuff, but I will jump on, like I said, before the cruise. NCAA tournament starts second week of March, I think it is. And we got some stuff going on, and we'll be doing some things together. Can't wait for that because, the tournament's awesome. Tournament's so much fun. And seeing Northwestern knock down Purdue. Northwestern has huge wins. That win yesterday probably means the Wildcats and Chris Collins are going to the tournament, and that's pretty cool for Northwestern.
I think it might be. I don't think it was enough to get him into the AP yet.
Yeah, but
we'll see.
A thing like that, a win over a number one team, that's huge, absolutely huge.
Oh yeah.
So we're gonna check out sponsors. I love you. We're gonna come back with a couple of beer things, just a few, and I'm gonna drink more of this big ass beer when we come back. Mike, appreciate it. Love you. We will talk to you soon. And everybody else, just a couple of spots from our commercial, a couple of spots from our sponsors. We'll be right back after this on Huebs Views.
Love you too, man. Thanks for having me. I appreciate it. Thanks.
Always.
Hi, this is Kathy O'Connell at Coach's Corner, located at 8118 West 143rd Street in Orland Park. Our phone number is 708-364-1026. We are Orland Park's #1 sports bar. Come in for our wonderful beer menu and seltzers with a fully stocked bar. Watch a game, drink a beer, and try something off our amazing menu. We have everything to choose from: nachos, potato skins, and our house-made bar chips to start off with. Then try our tacos, burgers, and one of our delicious sandwiches. And don't leave without trying our famous jumbo wings. They do not disappoint. Coach's Corner. It will sure to become your local bar. Again, we are located at 8118 West 143rd Street in Orland Park. Come see us today.
Hi, I'm Jonathan Darren, licensed real estate broker with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group in Homer Glen. Are you looking to buy or sell? Have you been disappointed in the past? The Jonathan Darren team with Coldwell Banker Real Estate Group focuses on providing you with a concierge level of service during the process of buying or selling. We are a service-oriented team with a fresh and professional approach to selling real estate. Our goal is to combine knowledge, skills, and passion to exceed our clients' expectations, and most of all, We truly care. We are a knowledgeable real estate team focused on offering expertise and innovative solutions for our clients. The Jonathan Darren team has 5 full-service real estate brokers and a dedicated full-time marketer servicing all of Chicagoland. We will customize a detailed plan around your timeline for a sale, purchase, investment, estate, or other needs. Real estate transactions can be stressful, but don't need to be. Let us handle it for you. Visit our website, homesbyjdt.com, or call 708-308-1938 today. Expect better in real estate. Choose the Jonathan Darren team.
I love those drone pictures that they have in Jonathan Darren's commercial spot here on 1252. Awesome. Very, very cool. Cannot wait. The weather's great. 50 degrees, going to be a little rain tomorrow. I'm going to the auto show. I've not been to the auto show as a what do you want to say? As an average human being, I've not been to the auto show in decades. I went with my buddies back right after high school or during high school, and have not been back because then when we got into the media, we had to do shows from the auto show. And no matter what they tell you, it's a pain in the ass to do a show at the auto show. Drive down there, park at McCormick Place, walk through the whole place, do the show. You want to go to the bathroom, long run. You got 3 minutes. You got to take a break. It's like, oh my God. People standing by your stuff, grabbing things. They think you're giving stuff away. No, that's my script. That's what I got to do. Those are commercials I got to read. Ugh. Anyway, I don't have to worry about that. Maybe I will go to other people's things and pull them away from them. So anyway, going to the auto show, that'll be nice. Don't forget, tomorrow is Valentine's Day. Take your sweetheart, and at least if nothing else, just tell the person you're closest with that you love them, and maybe give them a hug. And hugs are important. I'm a big hugger. Once I got sick, once I got cancer and everything else, hugging's a huge thing. And I'm a big hugger. Okay. Oh, by the way, I mentioned with Mike, the high school or the college basketball tournament coming up. The high school basketball regionals and sectionals are coming up. They had the girls regionals last week. So that means the boys, I think single A will be this week, double A after that. And those are awesome. If you get a chance, get out there, see a high school basketball game. They're always great. I know my friend Vicky Reed, her son, another tough 2-point loss to Hinsdale Central over the weekend. I think it was 57-55, but her son Carter having some great games. Recently, he had an ankle injury. He's come back. He's played quite well. And, see what happens. And when he gets to the tournament, anybody run some games, get on a run, get on a roll, get some victories. And that's always fun. Okay, beer stuff. Okay, because it is Huebs, Views, and Brews. And actually, let me pour another one while I sit here and talk, because the beer, which is a big-ass beer, there it is. Let me bring it up. Here it is. Champagne Shores. I'm sure that my guy Tom over at Goldfinger or Jude at Hop Butcher, they would probably love to see that I'm drinking this now. And they probably said, hey, you were supposed to drink that for New Year's Eve last year. Not, a month ago, but last year. And you know what? I had it, but I didn't want to drink it then. I didn't have the occasion to drink it then. Now I do, because I'm doing the show and we're talking beer. And look, see, that's a much better pour than an earlier pour. That sucked earlier. That was brutal. But anyway, I went to Goldfinger. Goldfinger on Saturday had their dark lager days. Okay. And it was great. Got there early and got there about 12:15. And dark lager days, Tom over at Goldfinger had a black Pilsner, a black Pils, they call it, the black lager, and also a Zlatnator Doppelbock. So when I went there, I had all three. You walked in, you bought tickets for the beers because it was a special day. They knew they were going to have a big crowd. And I tried the lager first, very tasty. The Pils second, little lighter, in my opinion. Again, I'm not an expert. I just like to drink. And the third, the Zlatnator Doppelbock. When you tasted that, you knew it was a very, very good beer. And what they did was, they did a great thing, I thought. They sold a mixed 4-pack. You could buy a 4-pack with the lager, the Pils, the Doppelbock, and a Vienna lager put in there. That was a 4-pack. Or you could buy a 4-pack with 2 black lagers and 2 black Pilsners. So what did I do? I bought one of each. Yeah, that's the kind of guy I am. So I had a black lager yesterday. The Zlatnator is in the fridge. And it's great. The beers are really good. Now, if you think, or if you're concerned that you might have missed Dark Lager Days, they still have the beers there on tap at Goldfinger in downtown Downers Grove, or just off downtown, not far. You actually could walk. It's not that far, over on Rogers Street where Goldfinger is located at. Or this coming Friday, they are at a couple locations. I know they're at one location early. I want to say the Beer Cellar. And then they are also at Open Bottle in Lockport, which is 4.5 minutes from my house. So I may have to make an appearance at the Open Bottle when they have the dark lager, or the black lager, the black pills, and also the Doppelbock, the Zlatnator Doppelbock. Really good beer. If you get a chance, check it out. If you are wise enough to go to the Westmont Winter Beer Fest at Ty Warner Park this Saturday, look for me. I'll be there. Dustin Cleefish and the people from the Westmont Park District do a great job with the Beer Fest. They have a tent. It's heated. They have food trucks. It is one of the best times you'll have at a beer fest. I promise you. I guarantee you. Tremendous beers. It's a great time. I've been to 3 of them already. They had to take a little stop because of COVID and everything else. But wonderful times. Get on out there if you get a chance. The Westmont Winter Beer Fest coming up this Saturday at Ty Warner Park. You can go to Facebook, check out, just if you type in Westmont Winter Beer Fest, stuff will come up. Get your tickets. The VIP tickets, which you get in an hour early, those are all gone. But I didn't get those. I got the regular ticket. It's $50. It's well worth it. You get a glass and you walk around, you get your beers and drink them. And the food trucks are great. Wonderful time. The football season's over. It's very sad. But now, as Chicagoans, we get to look forward to Justin Fields. What are the Bears going to do? I told Mike, and I mentioned to everybody else, that I'm not doing shows every Monday anymore. I'll be doing several shows a month, probably. And we will definitely do a show right before the draft and right after the draft. Definitely right after the draft, to see what Ryan Poles and the Bears put together. Cannot wait to see what they do to give Justin Fields weapons. There's no way they're getting rid of Justin Fields. I saw a mock draft earlier today. They said the Bears have made not 1, not 2, but 3 trades. We'll see. We'll see what the Bears do to make their team better. So Justin Fields and the Bears can get to the playoffs and, dare I say, a Super Bowl in our lifetimes. There are people that do not remember the Bears from '85. I do. Other people don't. There are people that do remember the Bears getting to play the Colts and a rainy day in Miami, a rainy night in Miami, where the Bears decided not to run the ball, even though they had Thomas Jones, and they threw the ball and it was an interception. The game ended and it sucked. So we need to see the Bears get back on top of their division. Aaron Rodgers expected to leave. So much to talk about, so many things going on. So stick around. Make sure you follow us, 1252 Sports. Follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Also, Fat Mike doing his shows throughout the week. Hopefully he's healthy enough to do a show maybe later on this week. Harry's Over and Unders. You got the hockey show, all kinds of stuff going on here on 1252 Sports. So thanks for watching. I'm going to continue to drink this big, let's see what kind of dent I made. Let's see, not too bad. About a beer and a half left. Okay. So I'll continue to enjoy that. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. You can always follow me on Facebook, on Twitter, and it's 1252 Sports. Mike will always pass things along. So thanks a lot. Have a great night. Enjoy your beverages. Stay safe. Enjoy Valentine's Day. Prost, as they say in Germany. Have a great one. Thanks a lot.
Thank you for listening to 1252 Sports Chicago.